Hey guys, I am here to do my weekly reads update, and it is the 6th of March right now, going on to the 7th, and I haven't read a great deal. For the past couple of days I've been on supercharged stress, and I have a lot of review books to get to this month, so I have been very overwhelmed. And I got really stressed out that I wasn't going to be able to read any of the books that I really wanted to get to this month on my own shelf. So I've sort of taken a little back break for a day or two to kind of catch up on some things, and it's taken me some time, but I should hopefully by the second week of March be up to date with all the books that I started whoring with. I call it whoring because I kind of dip into each thing, and it's just like me being a series whore. I kind of dip between one book, then another series and stuff like that. Not a really delightful term, but that's just the way I call it, and it's humorous for me anyway. So basically, the two books that I have finished so far was the third book in the Curse of the Phoenix series by Rachel Ferizak, which is The Last Beginning. I gave this a 4.5 stars, I believe. I won't go into too much detail about it, but I really enjoyed it. It was one of the best stories out of all three, and Sadie, the main character, I really connected with her a lot, especially with her illness and her past as well. So that made it a bit more enjoyable for me to read about, because I felt more connected with the character. I don't always tend to want to connect with a character, but it does help, especially when I engage in a novel as well. So I really enjoyed that. I definitely recommend that you guys check out that series. Seriously, it's really cool. Pretty cheap too. I did have a giveaway, and the winners were announced for that. If you can't hear me, I'm really sorry. I'm getting a tickly throat too. Then, I read my first review book for this month for Net-Galley, and this was granted by Karina Press, which I love Karina Press. I was auto-approved a while back, and I'm really looking forward to reading some of their titles. But the first title that I did read this month is Forbidden Fantasies by Jodie Griffin. It is an adult novella, and it is an erotic romance. I'll just give you a brief synopsis. It's pretty much about a couple who have been married for a fair long time, and so they're happy, they're really happy. The wife goes book shopping, and she finds a sexy book, and it kind of opens up a whole new world to her, things that she never really thought about, but she's scared about telling her husband about it because the way that she was brought up and the way that they live now, and she doesn't want to ruin her marriage by thinking that maybe she might be perverse or something like that. And it's about how they communicate with each other, how they learn each other's feelings and thoughts and desires, and they share things. Of course, it has its flaws and its pros, and it was a really good book because I do read a lot of adult erotic fiction. I am not ashamed to say that, but a lot of the time the books are very like wham bam thank you man, like they get into it, there's not really much character depth to it, it's just pretty much sex, and you know, sometimes that's good for a while, like to break between all the books that I read, you know, just something like to get the blood pumping and the thoughts and stuff like that. I won't go into too much detail because that's just too much, but you get the general gist of everything, like to just take a break. And that's not something so serious or anything like that. That's kind of, a fun read. But this one was really good. I really liked the emotion in it. I love the romantic elements. It wasn't like sappy love. It was really honest, like honest and raw. Raw love, relationship. They had their issues, and she had her fears, and he had his, and it left me erotically sated as well. I liked the erotic elements of it. It was not too hardcore, because it does have elements of bondage and things like that, but I really enjoyed it. I don't know how many pages it is, but it's roughly 27,000 words, and it was published on March the 5th. So you can pick it up on Amazon, and it's on Goodreads too. But if you're interested in that, I would really recommend it. It's a really good read. It took me about a day and a little bit to read, because nowadays I read in between doing things for my blog, in between doing things for my health and things like that. So yeah. So that was that book, and then I wasted half an hour of my life reading the Twilight graphic novel. Oh my god, this gets like a 2 stars. Maybe even less when I think about it. I really, really enjoyed the artwork. That's it. And I don't mean I enjoyed it because it portrayed the characters correctly in my mind, or it was not. The whole book was out of proportion. Scene changes, muddled up together. You don't get to see Jacob until like halfway to the end of the book or the graphic novel, and the characters were just like, what? And if it's possible, Bella is even more derpier. Yeah, she's like derp. Just some of the things she was saying, and I kind of felt like young Kim, the person who was adapting it, kind of was like pointing out all the obvious things that they don't say in the movies or they don't say in the books. It was pretty funny. It was humorous in that way too, like not in a haha, like making fun of it funny, almost like a subtle parody, I guess, in some ways. It was just horrible. It was, and I am a fan of Twilight. I love the books and I love the movies. Obviously not as much as many other books, but I'm not ashamed to admit it. But this graphic novel was just so bad, and it was bad. But I read it and broke my way through it painfully. Sorry, I just have a feeling to scratch my face. Sorry. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that is the only books that I have read and completed. I am still reading a few books, and I've got back into these, which I'm really happy about. I am reading The Iron Witch still. I'm a little bit further than I was before because I'm starting to get into it. Like I said, 98 pages into it. It's getting interesting. It's not what I would call like the best unique plot or anything like that, but it is interesting, so I'm giving it a chance. And I'm hoping that once I knock a few books off my commitment list, I'll be able to plow through it. I'm doing a kind of like chapter a day with this book because I really want to eat it like a piece of cake. And it's P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. Not liking as much as the movie. I'm going to, from now on, read the book before I watch a movie, unless I really don't want to read the book. But it kind of really fucks up with my brain and how I think of the characters, and it annoys me. It just does. It just annoys me how the book is not like the movie and vice versa. But that is my own problem. But so far, I'm really enjoying it, and it's funny. It makes me laugh. It makes me teary. I just love that kind of stuff. I really do. And I'm really, really glad that I'm mixing it up with a chick lit book too. So, not too much to say about this, but I'm still reading Rainbow Boys. I'm pretty early on into it. Hoping to get a couple of days free so I can finish that. And I hope to finish this by tomorrow. I was going to try and finish it tonight. I might finish it tonight, but I'm getting to that stage where you're almost done with the book and you're getting really anxious because you know it's going to end and you want it to end, and yeah, I need to end this book. I really do. I need to finish it, but I don't want to speed read it because it will give me anxiety issues. 3 stars, maybe 2.5. Did not like it, but I'm still reading it. It picked up the previous about 50 pages. It's sort of ooh, okay, I've sludged through this, I can get through it. for a reason, and then it's kind of gone pummels downhill again, and it's like, I don't think I really like Courtney Summers' style of writing. That's just me. I can't help being who I am. So, I'm also currently still reading Halflings, which I have for review. I think I had to review that last month, so I'm a little bit behind, but yeah. And Interrupted, which I started, that was published on March the 1st, so I'm kind of working my way through that. I'm still reading Tea in a Library. Again, it's really like a heavy, dense book at the moment. I can only read like 50 pages a week, and I want to enjoy it as well. And I'm also reading our book club book, which is Something Borrowed by Emily Giffen. I tried to find any of her books in the library because I thought it might be easier to read it with an actual physical book, but my library doesn't have any, so. But I'm liking it so far. I'm probably going to get caught up maybe tomorrow or the day after, where I really want to be in the book. So my main aim this week is to concentrate on one book at a time and finish these ones, so I can actually get started on my pile over there. Also, quickly, I received my copy of Friendship on Fire by Danielle Wheeler. I won this in a contest over at Reading Wishes, and it was really cool. It's nice and heavy. I think someone might have spilled coffee on it. Maybe she may have, or the post office did, or something like that. Either way, and it was really nice. She signed it. For you guys who don't know, my name is Tennille, like my birth name is Tennille. I prefer to go by Blair because that's what I've always known, but she signed it and said, for Tennille, I hope you enjoy the awkward high school memories and first love through the eyes of Daisy. Danielle Wheeler. Little smile. And quickly, this book, I'll just read you the back of this one. The first few days of Year 12 are disastrous for school captain Daisy Brooke, but Daisy's life takes a sudden turn when she is dared by Sky, the leader of the Blonde Brigade, to meet the mysterious drop-dead gorgeous stranger Nate from the rival school, Addison Grammar. Daisy's instant attraction to him disrupts her world, but what about her friend Roman? How will he respond to the intruder? Daisy is a vulnerable yet fiery girl going through the chaotic phase between teenage and adulthood. She is about to discover the complexities of relationship, the etiquette of friendship, and most of all, her development as a woman. Is it too late for Daisy to realize that the choices she makes shapes who she is and who she will become? So I really like the sound of that. You know, part of me is a bit avoiding it because of the whole high school thing, but I really like stuff like this, so I'm probably going to get to it maybe in April or May. I want to read it soon though, but it's very heavy. It's like a hardback book, it's so heavy. So that is my weekly update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and hopefully I can actually have some different books to show you next week. You know, maybe some off my shelf that I've actually read, or something, because I seem to be showing you the same books all the time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.